guys? How you doing? Let me know in the comments. Okay, we're still in another video today. I'm Adilso, Julian's apprentice. Maybe Julian's coming here in a little bit more late, but now we're going to start with this Dodge Hemi motor. Blew up. If you're asking why this engine's getting blew up, it's because this guy forget to make the oil change. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So Adilso's actually on yard duty now. He got in trouble, so you know. Hi, Mom! Anyways, so we're gonna be taking out this motor here. This guy spun a bearing, he didn't change his oil. You should always change your oil at 3,000 miles. That's what we recommend. Some oils can go, and some cars can go for 6,000. I personally recommend 3,000 every time. That'll keep your motor running smooth and running forever. I mean, my Taco has 300,000 miles because we did our oil change every 3,000 miles. Anyways, so to take out this motor, it's a big motor, so the engine bay is pretty big, but it doesn't have enough room to just yank it out. We have to take out all the front accessories. We have to take off a lot of stuff just to get it ready to be able to be pulled out. First thing we're going to be doing is be taking off the belt. In order to do so, you have to get a ratchet on the tensioner. They have a spot for the 3/8 drive ratchet, so you usually just throw the ratchet in. And you're going to torque it to the right, if you're facing this way, to the right. And this is going to loosen up the belt, and you're just going to pull it off one of these idler pulleys. If you try to pull it off like something that's ribbed, it's going to be a lot harder. So if there's a smooth surface like that one, you'll see it'll be a lot easier. And as such. Next thing is we're going to be taking off the power steering and the AC compressor. These are tied into the actual car. So when we pull the motor, we don't want to yank on these lines or anything like that. So we're just gonna put them to the side on the actual chassis so they can stay off the motor when we're pulling it out. Next thing we gotta do is take off the starter, torque converter bolts, and the trans bolts. Reason being is we gotta disconnect it from the trans. We're gonna leave the transmission in the car instead of taking it all at once. This is going to be a lot easier for us because we're only working on the engine on it. We're not touching the transmission, we're just bolting it and leaving it alone. Because it is good, it doesn't need any work, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, as you can see from those cinematics, we just got the motor out. We unbolted the trans, like I said, the torque converter, all that stuff is out now. And as you can see inside of this thing, there is no motor and everything's just hanging for now. We're gonna tie everything up to make sure nothing loose, just stays loose and nothing clanks around and stuff like that. Because we wanna make sure everything is good and everything is in 100% condition. Another thing I was gonna tell you guys is, when you're pulling this motor out, it is a very heavy motor. Do not take it very lightly because this motor will fall on you and break your foot. Do not drop it or do not just trust any little tiny bolts. We used the whole bracket and we used the exhaust manifold in order to hook up this entire motor. It's about an 800-pound motor. So as you can see, motor's right here. We're gonna be sending it out to the machine shop probably tomorrow. It's gonna go get rebuilt. He did spin a bearing, so it's gonna be all checked out. Make sure you can rebuild it. He's gonna have the crank polished, all that good stuff. We wanna make sure this car is running 100%. So we're sending it out to a professional who does this all day long.
Hey guys, welcome back with the video. So this time we're going to strip this Hemi engine. We're going to take it off all of the wires, the intake, because we just need the head and the block to send in the engine rebuilding. Okay guys, coming back with the video and the engine. We just take it off already, the intake, wires, harness, and on a couple of parts of the front case. So we just need to take it off now. The final pulley and the final part of the case and the header. And this little baby is ready for send it to the engine rebuild.